The truth is, what we see is that nearly everybody has given away their power. What I mean by power is the power to decide how you feel. Most of us are in some sort of conditioned hysteria where we expect that happiness comes from the things and the people and the places that we visit. And that makes us truly dependent on things outside of ourselves. We end up chasing things and endlessly searching for the next thing that's going to bring us some sort of peace or happiness. The truth is, happiness is inside and it's a decision. Yet, when was the last time you just decided to enjoy and be happy? We are chasing holidays, we are chasing relationships, we are chasing the stuff that we think will bring us some sort of satisfaction. In fact, we live in a consumerist society where buying things is accepted as the thing that's going to make you feel better. Everybody's going shopping on a Saturday afternoon just because it might give them some instant gratification. We're checking our phones, we're doing anything that we think will bring us a fleeting moment of happiness. Some would, in the science space, call it the dopamine hit. But the truth is, it's an externality. It's something outside of yourself that you've decided will make you feel better. It is a fundamental issue when it comes to sustained happiness. Sustaining happiness isn't possible if you've got an everlasting series of things that you're going to need external to yourself in order to make you happy. Because you get the car and suddenly it's just a car. You get the relationship and suddenly the relationship becomes the problem and it's the next thing that you need. You get the house and you need a bigger house. And all of these external entities are the very thing that becomes a dependency. We feel their absence, and if there is no externality that we can latch onto for our happiness, then the happiness just dissipates. We end up unhappy on the basis that something's missing. Even when we are around people, we become dependent on those people being around. So the absence of a person creates our loneliness and it creates our sadness. So externalization of happiness or peace is such a fundamental shift. It is conditioned into our society. A child getting Christmas presents has taken the first step into externalization. They make a list of the things that will make them happy, and then for the rest of their lives they start to chase externalities instead of being happy exactly where they are and being in control of the way they feel. It is a huge shift in power and a huge shift in what's going to make you feel good. Most of the people who come on our retreats are running out of things that they can externalize to make them happy, and they're getting to the point where trying everything again and again and again is getting exhausting because they're dependent on finding the next externality. If you've been traveling, you need to go to a different place. If you've bought stuff, you need new stuff. If you've had relationships, then the relationship grows old and it doesn't sustain your happiness, so now you need a new relationship. Everything's external, and we've lost the power to decide, I'm going to be happy today, no matter what. I'm going to be happy in everything I do. And externalization also takes away happiness. So we externalize what will make us happy, but we also externalize what makes us unhappy. So for instance, if we externalize the idea of work and decide that we don't like work, then we externalize an unhappy situation while we're at work. So we can actually externalize positive and negative feelings, and it is almost an epidemic within our society because we are literally tied into deciding to feel good, dependent on the externality. We chase food, restaurants, we decide that we're unhappy at work, we're unhappy in certain situations, certain things are given the power to make us bored or excited, and that's just externalization. So it is a really interesting and fundamental area of personal transformation. If you want to transform, you've got to realize that if you are using external vehicles to make you happy, then you're never ever going to get sustained consistency of state of being. So you're not going to sustain your joy, because the circumstances outside of you will change and suddenly your joy and peace has disappeared.